Hello and welcome to MATLAB tutorial number 5. Today we'll be continuing on looking at matrices. Specifically, we'll be looking at reading in files, manipulating matrices, and the all-important colon operator. Let's first start with reading in or importing files. In this module, you'll learn how to use the import wizard to import data, use the drag and drop method to import data, and use the functions to import and read in data. So let's begin using the import wizard to import your data. First select File, then Import Data. In this case, we're already in the same folder as the data we want to import. If not, you can check other folders for your data, here or along here as well. You can also do a search if you know the file name of the data you're looking for. In this case, since it's already here, we just select the file, click Open. This is the select column separators. Basically, it's looking at how the data is entered in the file that you're importing. And then we're separated by commas, spaces, semicolons, tabs. In this case, it's tabs. You see your preview of the data here. If you check the other options, you see that the preview doesn't show you the proper numbers. So we'll stick with tab, which is already selected by MATLAB, and we'll click Next. By default, the import wizard separates the text to numeric data and creates 3 variables: column headers, data, and text data. In this case, since there's no column headers, we just have numeric data, it sets up the columns itself automatically. So you see here we have the typical 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In this section, you now select the variables to import. Since there were no column or row names, we'll just stick with the initial create variables matching preview. Otherwise, if there were rows and column names, we could also create vectors for them and import that as well with our data. So now we'll just click Finish. We now have a data set which we can use in MATLAB. If you want to preview or work with the data, you can double click it here, which will open it up into the variable editor here. Now that we have imported the data into the workspace, we now have to save the data. So click on this tab here, click Save, enter a name for the data. Let's just say Data1. And as you can see, it's in .mat format. And it's in the same folder that we're currently working in, which is the default. It'll automatically default to the folder in which you currently are. And click Save. And as you can see, this is the file you just imported and created. Let's try that one more time, this time with a different kind of file, this .csv file. So again, File, Import Data, select the file, Open. Now the interface is a little bit different this time. Now we have Import As, and we have Matrix, columns, vectors, and cell array. We'll stick with Matrix here. We have Arrange, some more options here, and Import. So let's just select Import. And we have our new file just right here. We can maintain the same file name, so let's call this data underscore 50 hertz. For 4 seconds. And save that file as well. Before moving on to the next part of this module, just scroll down to a few quick questions on this part of the module.